Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. The Lord spoke to me recently about the Great Reset. As someone who doesn't really follow the news, I had no idea that back in 2020, the head of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, had given that phrase as the title for his global agenda. What I saw was that his plan is demonically driven, as are the people who have partnered with him. And while the enemy has definitely ramped up his efforts, in this word I'm about to share, the Lord gives some insight into his plans and what we can expect in the days ahead. And here's what I heard.
Ah, see then, the great reset is swiftly unfolding upon the earth. For the enemy has invested most of his resources into this globalized scheme as the means to slow the progression of the eternal timeline, believing this wicked plan shall forestall his inevitable end. And so quickly are his cohorts working to advance the enemy's cause, sensing their window of opportunity to succeed is rapidly closing. As such, they are ramping up their efforts to realign the nations of the world under one ruling authority, of which the enemy himself will head, and where all of mankind is forced to pay homage to him. However, though it is true that quite a few who hold high seats of power have formed a global cabal, those who pledge their allegiance to this new world order, amongst them dwell some that are already beginning to regret their decision. These, as of yet, have not had their conscience seared, and as such, the reasons they held for partnering with such darkness suddenly no longer appear to be valid. So it is that throughout this globalized structure, large breaches are already forming, as certain areas within its framework, those thought to be well fortified with loyal minions, are becoming unstable. For surely did the enemy overlook the effect that guilt would have on some that at first agreed with his plan. These turncoats, however, were unprepared for the level of suffering that his dark agents are willing to inflict upon their fellow man in order to achieve the overall goal of world domination. Much then to the enemy's surprise, and without warning, shall I turn the tables on him and his cohorts. For the counterpunch I'm about to throw shall come from an unexpected direction, one that won't be visible to them until it is too late. For it is a divine reset which shall instead overtake the earth. It would seem, then, that the enemy has again played right into my hand, for I have allowed him to set the stage for his own failure, just as I did when he sought to crucify my son. Surely for a few days in arrogance did he strut, but upon that third day, when the tombstone was rolled away, the full revelation of what he had done became known. Yet he still has not learned from the past, and therefore he continues to try and outsmart me. So then further turmoil and upheaval shall be known throughout the world as the enemy rapidly pushes forward his agenda. However, none should be surprised by this development, as I gave plenty of advanced warning that turbulent days lay ahead for the earth. What shall transpire in this season will certainly be nothing like anything mankind has ever experienced before. Know then that as the battle currently being fought between my kingdom and the kingdom of darkness intensifies, evidence of this spiritual campaign shall manifest in the temporal realm, where many more of those in high seats of power shall fall, having no ability to reclaim their lofty positions, as every avenue they seek out to reascend have I already sealed shut. Take heart then, beloved, even when the global atmosphere becomes more turbulent. For did I not say there would be much shaking in this season? Therefore do not be troubled by what you see and hear, but instead assume an internal stance of rest and let your thoughts dwell upon me. For I am still your sound shelter from any and every storm, even those which threaten impending doom. Let me remind you, beloved, lest you forget, that you are indeed blessed, for what you are about to witness unfold upon the earth has never before happened and shall never happen again. which means it is only this generation of believers that shall experience this outpouring firsthand. So do not focus upon the troubles of the day, but instead, let your sights rest on those things which lie above, that holy habitation where your heavenly Father dwells.
Thanks again for joining me today.